Snow is the Lord Patron of Yusnaan. If anyone's supposed to protect the people, it's him. But instead, he's hiding away in that palace, presiding over endless banquets. It doesn't look like he's doing a thing to stop the chaos. Is that right?
Yes, the situation is really critical. If the city is lost... All of the people left in this world depend on the goods that are made and distributed from here. And Yusnaan.
So this city is humanity's life. Lifeline. And the last remaining bulwark against total anarchy. It's a hell of a responsibility to be in charge of a place like this. It's not easy to carry the fate of an entire world on your back.
Yes, and don't forget, he's been doing it for hundreds of years now. It's no surprise that he might have grown tired of the burden and chosen to throw it off. I was hoping my instruments were wrong, but I'm definitely detecting a source of chaos inside the palace. It's possible that Snow's to blame for the chaos infusions.
If he's finally given in to the pressures on him and is using the power of the chaos, if his heart is that far gone, it might not matter if I reach him or not. He just won't listen to me.
He might not. I can't guarantee anything. I can't see into the chaos, and that includes human hearts.
Hello. Is it your first time in Yusnaan? Ask me anything. I know this city like the back of my own hand.
I guess that makes two of us. It looks like I'll just have to face him head on if I want to know the truth. Where should I go?
This is a broadcast from the Public Safety Office, Yusnaan branch of the Order of Salvation. A warrant has been issued for the arrest of the woman calling herself the Savior. She is armed and considered extremely dangerous.
Yes, you have come at the appointed time. Your destiny awaits, Savior.
And just what makes you so sure that I'm the savior?
His eye sees the truth. It cannot be denied. We are alchemists who seek the ultimate truth of all things. He has used the alchemic arts on himself. Now he possesses the eye that sees all.
So, what do you want with me?
Listen to his oracle. Your true path as the Savior is known. Now it is time you know it yourself.
An oracle? If you've got something to tell me, I'll listen. But I choose my own path.
Listen, Savior. I say to you that which I have seen. Tomorrow, when the sun hangs highest in the sky, you shall meet us in this place. The encounter is ordained.
Hope, what do you make of these so-called fortune tellers?
We eagerly...
But I think what they basically said was, they want you to come back and see them again at noon tomorrow.
It's not much of an oracle. They're just telling me what to do. Well, I'll decide tomorrow.
Loser sweepers!
Light! A pickpocket! Catch him and get back what he stole!
Hail there, my stylish lady. You're just dying to see this show, aren't you? You can try to hide it, but I know what a woman wants.
Maybe. Maybe not. Either way, I don't have an ID to reach the theater.
No worries about that. I can get you a special ticket at a special price.
A ticket, huh?
Oh, you playing innocent? I'm sure you know about the sneaking in special. I help the poor visitors to our fair city, people who don't have the requisite IDs, to see our most famous sight, the show in our illustrious theater. And I'm the only option they've got.
So I buy a ticket and you get me in to see the show, and I've nothing to go on but your word.
My word is good, but I can't offer any guarantees. I mean, who knows if you'll make it back alive? That depends on Lady Luck. So put your trust in Fortuna and your money in my pocket.
Fine. But how about a few more details?
I knew you were up for it. All right. Let me explain to you the brilliance of my little tour, shall I? It starts next to the monorail track. You know, the one that carries supplies from the industrial area. Up on that track, you'll find some of the best views in the city. If you know where to look, that is. I can take you up on the track from the industrial area and get you set up all nice and comfy. A perch with a view. You'll be able to see the Augur's Quarter and the theater.
Sounds easy enough. So where does Lady Luck come into it?
Well, the tour's not without danger. The chaos infusions have been hitting the industrial area real hard these days. You might have to fight more than just desperate tourists on your way to the best seats. I don't guarantee your safe arrival or return. All I guarantee is I'm the only way in. Not that it looks like you have plans of actually sitting down and watching a thing, my lady.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. None of my business to say where you might be going or who you might be going after. I'm sure the Savior plays her cards close to her chest.
Gee, was it the posters around town that tipped you off?
I could sell you out to the palace guard, you know, make a pretty profit. I guess you'll also have to depend on your luck to see that I don't just do that, Now, don't you feel like coughing up and buying a ticket to my tour? I'll even give you a special price, just for you.
If you want to betray me to the authorities, go ahead. But watch your back if you do.
Ooh, look out for the big bad Savior. A ticket for one. Time's on the ticket. Be in the industrial area by then or you'll miss your chance for the show. One of my helpers will be in front of the gate to the industrial area. Give them that ticket and they'll take real good care of you. You know the area, right? Past Central Avenue and then across the sand in the lower city. We leave on the dot, so don't you dawdle or you'll have to wait for the next tour. Thank you for your business, my good lady.
Guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling
All right.
herself the Savior.
Give it back.
She has rose-colored hair and is
Give what
carrying
back?
an enormous
What are you
weapon.
talking about, lady?
Citizens
I
are
can
asked
get
to report
rough, if
persons
that's how you
matching
wanna
this
play it.
description to the nearest security officer.
Do you always go around bullying kids? Go on, take your stupid stuff. I don't want it.
This is a broadcast from the Public Safety Office, Yusnaan branch of the Order of Salvation. A warrant has been issued for the arrest of the woman calling herself the Savior. She is armed and considered extremely dangerous. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored broadcast from the Public Safety Office, Yusnaan branch of the
If you run, you'll end up being trapped.
Right, if this is what you want.
Station report. A warrant has been issued for the arrest of the woman calling herself the Savior. She is issued for the arrest of the woman calling herself.
I just got fireworks from a chocobo girl. That's it. This city is the best.
Remember, the tour meets up in front of the...
Palace guards are conducting a
Champion's
search
Quarter,
for the intruder calling herself
where blood
the
flows
Savior.
and the crowds
She has
roar.
rose-colored hair.
Here, man and monster bet their lives to entertain the masses.
Citizens are asked to report
This is
persons
not the
matching
hour
this
for
description
challenges.
to the nearest security officer.
And lately, it's only been getting worse. Seems there have been more and more deaths.
We know how to take good care of you here. We'll be waiting.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored
It's
hair
no-
and is
Welcome.
carrying an enormous weapon.
A customer!
Citizens
This
are
is
asked
so
to report
exciting.
persons
What can I
matching
get
this
you?
description to the
Well,
nearest
what do you
security
serve?
officer.
Anything you want. How about the chef's special made from top quality recycled material? Deep fried niblet hair bowls.
Are you sure that's actually edible?
Oh, yes, it definitely won't kill you, I can guarantee it. And since you're my first customer in days, no charge.
Nothing ventured.
That's the spirit. Take the plunge, I say. Well, does it make your taste buds sing? Are you transported to culinary heaven?
This is...
Too tart? Too much salt, perhaps? I can brush it off if you like.
No, it's actually really good.
God, that is a relief. Of course it's good. I knew you'd love it. I've been working on the recipe for weeks. Unfortunately, it's not very nutritious. People are more health conscious these days, which is ironic considering the times.
Nutritious or not, you'd think that more people would come back for this.
I think it must be me. I just don't have a head for business. No matter how hard I work, I just can't seem to attract more customers. I've been living on the brink of financial ruin for years now. My son got sick of it, so he left.
You've got the chops to be a good cook, though. Why don't you try to find yourself a partner? You know, someone you trust who has a better head for business.
Now that you mention it, I hear there's a famous food expert here in Yusnaan. Apparently he specializes in turning around lost causes like mine. I'll bet... No, I know he could help me, but how do I find him? All I know is his name.
And what is it?
Gordon Gourmet. Despite his fame, he's hard to track down. If you do happen to run into him, could you tell him about CDs?
Gordon Gourmet. I'll remember it.
You are far too kind. Thank you so much. I hope you find him soon.
Not many places. This is my favorite area in the upper city.
Looks like you've got yourself a ticket to the play. Even the best are willing to deal when we've got something they want, huh? Just make sure you don't deal your life away.
Nothing but the
Palace
best.
guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security.
Welcome. Do come again.
Tell me, are you the famous food expert?
Possibly. I do boast a certain renown in culinary circles. It cannot be denied. I see. CD's restaurant, you say? I do hate to see a good restaurant go undiscovered by the dining public.
So, will you help him out? I can take you right there.
Oh no. CD's restaurant? I'm afraid you will have to find someone else. I'm sorry.
I can't persuade you?
Impossible. This city is overflowing with restaurants crying out for the deft helping hand of Gordon Gourmet. I'm run ragged trying to keep up. And, well, you see... Right, my rule. I have an ironclad policy. I cannot help an establishment unless the owner approaches me directly.
You just made that up, didn't you? All right, can you do this for me? Just give me some advice now and I'll pass it along to the owner. You don't have to come to the restaurant at all.
That sounds reasonable. I mean, I'd hate to see a restaurant serving fried niblet hairballs go under. Except, if I give advice, I need to make sure that it is communicated accurately, with total precision. And that means my messenger has to understand the instructions perfectly.
Well, I guess that rules me out. I don't know the first thing about fine dining.
Oh, you don't have to be a top chef, or even a garde-manger. All you need is a discerning palate. Practically anyone can acquire one with a little training.
I'm not sure what you mean by a discerning palate, but I don't think I have one.
Trust me when I say it can be found. In fact, a tour of the best establishments of the gluttonous quarters should do.
Chaos is slowly destroying
Welcome,
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and... is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
places even serve...
They've closed off the industrial...
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself...
You found Gordon Gourmet, and you told him about my restaurant? Why, thank you.
Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description. To the nearest security officer.
Come enjoy the healthy fruits of the earth! Even kids who hate greens love my veggie dishes. Vitamins in vegetables are determined by their color. You want a wide variety for a well-balanced diet.
That was useful information, but you still have more to learn. You should visit more restaurants in the Glutton's Quarter.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon.
This is the Glutton's Quarter,
Citizens are asked to
a
report
paradise for
persons
gourmands that
matching
serve
the
up...
description.
Every
to the
one of our
nearest
fish is
security
fresh caught
officer.
and delicious. We get our seafood fresh every morning. Comes straight out of the ocean. Tastes great raw or grilled. A chef is even more important when preparing uncooked dishes. The way you slice a tuna makes all the difference in the world.
Light, I'm glad you're enjoying all the food, but I hope all these rich meals don't slow you down.
Potions!
Welcome! How can I be of help? From the elegant simplicity of straight spirits on the rocks to complex and fruity concoctions with little umbrellas, we serve all kinds of drinks. Cocktails can be served chilled or warm, shaken or stirred. Everyone has their own preferences. We encourage customers to consult with our staff to create the perfect cocktail to accompany their evening.
You're gonna be a real food connoisseur by the time this is over. You just have 3 more restaurants left to visit.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is... carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
The guards have closed off the gate to the industrial area because... What do you think? We step right up!
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair.
Our meat
and
is shipped
carrying
directly from the
an enormous
wildlands.
weapon.
We use only natural
Citizens are
ingredients,
asked
none
to
of that
report
synthetic
persons
stuff.
matching this description
Grilling and
to the
roasting are the
nearest
best.
security
The key is
officer.
knowing how to seal in the juices and flavors. And we do that better than anyone else.
Two more places, Light, and you'll have managed to sample all the popular restaurants of the Glutton's Quarter.
He's only the most famous and influential food expert. Ever. Everyone who's anyone.
Palace guards are conducting a search
Welcome.
for the intruder.
We have a
calling
popular
herself the
selection of
Savior.
sweet.
She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report.
Our customers come here to put down their shopping bags and rest their weary feet. Our cakes and sweets are the perfect pick-me-up for just about everyone. We put a lot of love into our cakes, and that's what makes them so good. They're like treats for your palate and soul.
Almost there, Light. You have one more restaurant left to visit.
Nothing but the best food.
This is the famous banquet of the Lord, recognized by even the patron himself.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the
Welcome.
intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an
When offering a
enormous
complete
weapon.
dining experience to discerning
Citizens
patrons,
are asked to
superb
report
food and
persons
excellent
matching
drinks
this
are not
description
enough.
to the nearest security
One must
officer.
always anticipate the needs of your patrons. I am constantly assessing the dining from the viewpoint of my customers, the comfort, the decor. Our customers want more than just a meal. They come for the memories they can savor for years to come.
Well, you visited all the best restaurants. What do you say, Light? Do you feel like you've learned all there is to know?
Listening to scraps of advice from chefs won't make me an expert.
Well, how goes the culinary tour?
I did what you suggested. I visited the top restaurants in the neighborhood.
That is excellent news. So now let me give you the advice I promised. If Seedy's restaurant wants to turn its business around... wait, let me ask you something first. You've eaten at Seedy's and at the best establishments in Yusnaan. Why don't you tell me what you think is the main difference between the two? I'd be interested to hear your opinion. In your own words, of course.
Why? Is this some kind of test?
Yes, exactly. Now tell me, what did all the successful restaurants have in common that poor old Seedy's lacks?
Let me see. Everyone I spoke to was helpful. They seemed honest and open. I don't think they were lying to me, but something seemed off.
Oh, would you care to elaborate?
Well, it almost felt like they were hiding something from the customers. But it wasn't as if they were deliberately lying or trying to deceive anyone. In fact, I don't think they realized it themselves. They thought they were telling me everything they knew. Yes, that's it. It was unconscious, like an instinct. They were hiding something, but they weren't doing it deliberately at all. I'd say the very best chefs, restaurant managers, and bartenders all share some kind of secret. It's like a special ingredient that makes their food stand out from the others.
What a wonderful deduction. You have hit the nail on the head. To think you discovered this answer only after visiting a few establishments. It is as you say, the best, most successful restaurants have a certain je ne sais quoi, a secret something that makes their offerings unique. And finding that something, that is what I do best. In other words, if the restaurant does not already have a special something, then I simply cannot help it.
Then what about Seedy's? Do you think you can help him?
I can tell you this, the chef there already knows his secret. The talent is there to make that restaurant a success. Unfortunately for him, the secret spice that gives his dishes flair is extremely rare. He cannot secure supplies, and that is why he struggles. Let me be specific. Once upon a time, Seedy's recipes all featured the spice commonly known as civet musk. But then supplies dried up and the restaurant fell into a long decline.
You seem to know a lot about Seedy's.
Well, a long time ago, let's just say we have a close history and leave it at that.
Fine by me. All I need to know is that if I can find this spice, the restaurant should start bringing in customers.
Yes, exactly. The problem is the spice is not easy to find. In fact, the only way to acquire it would be to defeat certain monsters. Such a shame. All for want of a single spice, his restaurant is failing. He has the recipe for success. He just needs the final ingredient.
Maybe you should go back and talk to a real expert. Go to the banquet of the Lord and see what Gordon Gourmet has to say.
If you can't even see the play?
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
Morning!
gate that leads to the industrial area opens at 6. If you miss that opportunity, you'll have to wait until the next day for your next chance to sneak in. Be careful to be on time to meet the tour group.
I've experienced delicacies from
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself.
That's it, Light. You found some civet musk. You should head back to Gordon Gourmet and see what he advises you to do next.
Report persons matching this description to the nearest security. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior.
I'd recognize that fragrance anywhere. You found civet musk. Thank you indeed. It's very kind what you're doing. Cedes is lucky to have you on its side.
Why are you thanking me? If anyone should be grateful, it's me, and the owner of CDs for all of your helpful advice.
Oh, quite so. When you put it that way, of course you're right. I just get caught up in a project and start thinking it's my own restaurant I'm saving. But back to business. Here, I developed this new and original recipe. I want you to take it back to CDs together with the civet musk you acquired. The owner will be waiting anxiously for you.
So, you still don't want to meet him yourself?
I'm afraid that won't happen. Not ever again. However, that doesn't stop me from wishing him and CDs the very best. Please tell him that whatever happens, I'll be praying for his success.
Lightning, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Do you remember what the owner of CDs told us when we met?
You mean the story about his son that ran away from home when the restaurant started struggling? Great minds, Hope. We've both been thinking that maybe this son of his went on to become a famous food expert.
And that's why Gordon won't meet CD's owner. But he still clearly wants to help out. Let's take the civet musk and recipe to CD's.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder.
Gordon Gourmet created a new recipe for you. You should make it with the civet musk. Do that and you'll be able to save your restaurant. At least, that's what he said.
Why, thank you! This is wonderful! How can I ever repay you? This is incredible! Everything is here in black and white! A groundbreaking dish! I'd never have thought to do half the things in this recipe. The genius of Gordon Gourmet oozes from every word.
Notice anything else?
About the recipe? No, not particularly. It's well organized, written in a clear hand. Wait. This handwriting, it looks strangely familiar. Yes, I've seen it before. These swirls, these bold loops. Could it be?
I think so. It turns out Gordon Gourmet has a secret identity. He's your long-lost son.
He is? And you're sure it was him who created this wonderful recipe? But more importantly, he's in this town. Is he happy?
You have nothing to worry about. He's doing great. Except, I'm really sorry, but I don't think he wants to see you again. I can't tell you where he is.
But why? Yes, we quarreled when he left, but that was a long time ago. Is he still angry at me?
Do you have a message for him? I can make sure he gets it.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna make his dish just like the recipe lays out. Would you be so good as to deliver it to him? At the very least, I want him to try it. truth be told, what I really want to tell him is to come back to CD's and work with me. Perhaps if he knew that I still haven't lost my touch, would that be enough to entice him back? I don't know.
I don't think words alone will do it, but if he tries your dish and likes it, that might be enough for him.
And there it is, finished at last. Here, please, I want you to be the first to taste it.
All right. I'm feeling hungry anyway. Wow, this might be the most delicious thing I've ever had in my entire life. Really, it's incredible.
Why, thank you. Although all the credit must go to my son, it was his doing. Here, I've made enough for one more. I've asked you for many favors, but would you do this last thing for me?
Sure. I'll take it to Gordon Gourmet.
You'll need reservations.
Here at the banquet of the Lord, we are...
Palace guards are conducting a search.
Do I smell what I think I smell? I do, don't I? That
She
must
has
be my
rose-colored
recipe.
hair and is
Yes, the
carrying
owner
an
at
enormous
CD's
weapon.
insisted that I bring you a portion
Citizens are
so you
asked
could
to
taste it
report
for
persons
yourself.
matching this
I see.
description to
Well,
the nearest
then-
security officer.
Oh, yes, a perfect balance of fuzzy mutton and civet musk. The palate sings. It's a microcosm of culinary delight, a theme park of olfactory and gustatory attractions. And if you think that's hyperbole, I've only just begun. This is even better than I imagined. I always knew he was a skilled chef, but this...
So, why don't you go back there and help him out again in the kitchen?
Go back? What do you mean? I've never... Oh, all right. The cat's out of the bag. You've somehow figured it out. What my true identity is. Yes, I admit it. I am indeed the son of the owner of CD's restaurant. It was a long time ago, but one day we quarreled, and I left the shop vowing never to return. We fought over cooking, you see. But even after I left, I vowed that one day I would rebuild the restaurant. That's what started me on my journey to becoming Gordon Gourmet. Since then, I devoted every waking hour to learning about the culinary arts. After many years of study, I finally had an epiphany. I realized what CD's restaurant needed to regain its former glory.
You had a falling out because of the menu? But when your father saw your recipe, he was thrilled. All he could talk about was how he dreamed of you coming back, so the two of you could run the restaurant together, just like old times.
So he recognizes my ability. Oh, but it's too late. I can't go back now. The fact is, I abandoned him in the restaurant when times were tough. I'm ashamed of what I did. I can't face him again.
You mustn't feel that way, my son.
Father, how did you find me?
My apologies to the young lady, but I wanted to see you. I followed her after she left the shop. What do you say? Let's start over. You set out on your own, did things your own way, stayed true to yourself, working hard to achieve your dreams. And now look what you can do. The recipe that you created was amazing. I've never seen the likes of it before. What can I say except that I am proud of you?
But Father, I left you.
Not in my wildest dreams could I have conceived of such a dish. Indeed, if you had given it to me back then, I doubt I would have recognized its greatness. But worse, I wouldn't have believed you could be capable of such a thing. I always underestimated you, my son. For that, you have my sincere apologies.
It's all right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for abandoning you and the restaurant when you were struggling to keep it going.
Looks like you two have made up.
Yes. Now let's get to it, shall we? Together. We'll make CD's a success again!
That went well. A microcosm of culinary delight, did he say? That sounds rather tasty to me. Was it as good as he said?
Want me to pick you up some takeout?
You know what I'd prefer over that? If sometime you made me one of your specialty dishes.
I haven't spent much time in kitchens, but if you want something off a campfire grill, maybe I could rustle something up. I was never as good a cook as Sarah, but I have been told that I grill a pretty mean behemoth steak.
Enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. Broadcast from she has rose-colored hair and is Yusnaan branch of the Order of Salvation. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest Savior. She is armed and considered extremely dangerous. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair.
Lord Snow, take pity on me, great patron!
You can't get through without an ID. I told you that. You have to find another way to get in there.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder.
Thank you for
calling
coming.
herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
Enjoy your journey.
And the nightly festivities are about to kick off. The Recreation and Leisure Committee would like to take this opportunity to welcome all new visitors to the city. Remember, the only crime in Yusnaan.
I can tell you're pretty upset.
What good would that do?
You forgot how to sing?
My voice is just gone.
Are you sure you're not sick or something?
My heart may be. The cruel bastard, he left me.
And you think he took your voice with him?
You don't understand what it is to perform, do you? He's written all my best hits. We were an unbeatable... But then he up and left, leaving nothing but his... I tried to sing them, but I'm so angry at him, I just can't.
So you're not heartbroken?
I don't expect you to understand.
You're right about that. I don't understand at all.
Wait a second. Would you be willing to go and find him for me? I'll make it worth your while.
Why are you asking?
Because there's no danger he'd fall for you and forget about me.
Don't hate me if he does fall for me.
If he does, I'll hunt you down, tear your hair out, and claw your eyes. Do I make myself clear? Anyway, his name is Birdie. He's the kindest, most gentle man in the whole city. He should be easy to find in a sea of undesirable men.
That's really not much of a lead, but I'm willing to help you out.
What prompted you to take on such a strange job?
I don't know. I think this city must be getting to me.
I checked my files because they're older. She's a prickly character, to be sure, but apparently she's as good a singer as they all say.
Right, if this is what you want.
she'll be able
to the nearest security officer.
Hey, why are you running from me? I just want to talk.
I don't know any Olga.
It doesn't take a genius to figure out you know her. Do you know anything else about her? Like, where her missing lover is?
Oh, I can't keep this secret for any longer. I just can't.
Is this your idea of a joke?
No, it's true, I swear. My name is Birdie. You know, the songwriter. I promised her my undying love, but now I don't dare face her. I unwittingly lost the 354th song I wrote for her.
Wait a minute. Did you say 354? That's a lot of songs.
Well, you know, I had a few centuries.
You didn't run out of ideas?
Ideas come easy. I picture my Olga, and the melodies just come to me fully formed, as if from another world.
Huh. Better to be lucky than good, I guess.
But a dark cloud has blotted out the sun of our radiant love. In the form of a frightful monster that suddenly attacked me and stole that song away. Which, incidentally, brings me to the favor I want to ask. I'm sure you can guess what it is.
Why don't you spell it out for me, just to be sure?
Well, I was thinking that you could get my music back from that, monster. I'd give you a reward. Please?
You and Olga. Neither of you mind asking strangers for favors, do you?
There's something I just don't get. He said he's written over 300 songs, right? If that's the case, why can't he just write a new one?
Now that you mention it, I didn't even... think to ask. I just got caught up in their little game.
Well, they are artists. Putting on a show is what they do. Anyway.
Excuse me there, young lady. Have you had anything stolen? By a pickpocket, for example?
Yeah, just like a damn tourist. It was a kid, and he knew what he was doing.
A young boy, was it? Then he's still up to his old tricks. I know the lad, and his is a sorry tale. Not likely to hear a sadder one in all of Yusnaan. If I compensated you, would you be so good as to forget this happened?
You're sure it was this kid?
Yes, it could be none other than the orphan boy Pickett.
Then maybe he should be punished. He needs to learn that stealing is wrong.
You see, the poor boy has lost both of his parents. Have you no sympathy at all?
I've got plenty. He's not the first person in this world to lose someone they love.
Have you lost family too?
Maybe.
You have, haven't you? I can tell. Then you can help the boy. Someone like you will be able to reach out to him. I need you to give him this letter. It's from his father, who gave it to me for safekeeping. It's the only thing he left his son.
I'll do it, but I don't see why you can't give it to him yourself. How did you know his father anyway?
We were both hunters who tracked ferocious monsters, but then Pickett's father was killed, and his death was my fault. And so, he refuses to accept the letter from my hands. Please, won't you give Pickett the letter from his father? It may help him end his criminal ways and get his life back on track.
One at a time. You got some...
Here's my ticket.
Damn right it's good enough for me. But...
Then I guess I'll...
Save the best seat, right? Welcome!
Here.
Very good, madam. In you go. Now listen up and let me explain the rules. Participation in the tour is strictly at your own risk. Whatever happens, it ain't our problem. And that's it. Got it?
Per the schedule, the delivery's made from the Augur's Court. Okay, there's a foul sea called Pandemonium that labors away in the center of this industrial area. It is the last one of its kind in the world.
Can I reach it?
I wouldn't try. That foul sea is guarded more heavily than snow. Everything depends on it. It's the source of all the supplies that the world depends on. Humanity wouldn't last long without it. It's an unbelievable scene, isn't it? The whole world's running out of energy, and Yusnaan's no different. Yet...
Vanity will do wonders. The fools are probably bleeding themselves dry for their glittering city. Hope they find peace.
Every day, it manufactures tons of food and goods, which are then distributed around the world. It produces useful goods from nothing, or so it appears. The truth is that it seems to use the chaos as its raw materials.
So, the food that these people eat comes directly from the chaos? They put it right in their bodies?
More or less. All of the goods produced by the foul sea come first to these warehouses. This is where everything is sorted and accounted for. Then the...
Destiny is destiny. So the foul sea here is the only source of food and materials left for the people. People in the cities. If Lord Snow were so inclined, he could monopolize the world's resources and become a tyrant.
That's why the people made him their patron. He was the only person they could trust to manage the supplies fairly. Keep going along this path and you'll reach the Augur's Quarter. My sensors are picking up chaos infusions throughout the city. If you keep going that way, you'll end up in danger.
Not a whole lot of other options, are there?
Light, this...
This will be your last battle.
It's almost as if it gets stronger the more people come to the revels. But if you want to sneak into the Augur's Quarter, you have to go through the industrial area. Then, make your way along the supply rail.
I found you, Miss Me. You sure this is a good place for you to be? You can see it, can't you? This place is going to be Chaos City soon.
Lumina.
The sea of chaos that laps at your heels. It's one of Yusnaan's biggest sights. It's like part of the show. Wow, would you just look at it? The chaos is going to swallow everyone up. I think the Savior has to do something. Since it doesn't seem our patron is doing much locked up in his palace.
What's Snow thinking?
Oh, he's not. At least not about the city. He's just thrown his arms up and given it all up. He's pacing back and forth in that little room of his, waiting for the world to end. You know why, right? It's all because of you-know-who. She's the reason he's dead inside.
You mean Sarah?
That's it. You aren't so dumb after all. Of course it's Sarah. Snow's never been able to let go of her. Do you know how many years Sarah's been dead now? Even so, he goes on pining and dreaming and wishing. He basically wore every bit of himself away. And now there's nothing of Snow left inside. So sis, how about letting Snow free already? For his own sake. If you ask me, it's time he got out from under all the gloom and memories. Because otherwise, the only thing he has left to look forward to is the end of everything. Time to say goodbye. Any last words? Oh, I get it. You know you're gonna die anyway, so you want to at least go out in style, right?
Are you there?
I'm fine. I fell into the warehouses. Which way do I head from here?
Let's see. I guess that you're near the Augur's Quarter. Start by getting out of there, and quick.
Something happening?
I'm picking up strong chaos readings all over the city. I can't say what'll happen. Just hurry to the palace. I've run database checks on the warehouses around here, but I can't tell who owns most of this stuff. People just stored their things here and left them to rot. I doubt you'll find any hidden treasures.
This'll be your last battle.
The warehouse district. It's fallen into disuse. They must have run. Good news. That ID that you got your hands on was assigned to a high-ranking citizen. It should be more than enough to get you into the Augur's Quarter. I guess the original owner had the bad luck to run into a hungry monster, and... well, I don't really have to spell out the rest, do I?
She has rose-colored hair and is carrying it.
The door is locked, but you should be.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
If you have an ID, you'll be able to walk straight into the Augur's Quarter through the front gate. You should head for the Augur's Quarter before the deliveries start for the palace. That golden statue is a symbol of Yusnaan's wealth and power, and you'll certainly never get lost with that kind of landmark showing the way.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the...
You've got to get to the Augur's Quarter before the deliveries to the palace begin.
She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer. The cargo line has been severely damaged in an accident. Investigators are currently assessing the damage. Early indications are that the woman calling herself the Savior was involved. The palace has been locked down as a security measure, and the distribution of supplies has been temporarily
Light,
suspended.
things aren't looking too good. I'd hoped you could hide amongst the deliveries to sneak in, but...
But what? Change of plans?
Sure, I guess you could say that. For some reason, the service entrance was suddenly forced to lock down. That path is close to us now. It's not certain why they suddenly closed shop, but it was about the same time that my chaos sensors went haywire. That kind of reaction, it can only mean two things. If we're lucky, it's just a new chaos infusion. If we're not, then it's a Seath. If Snow has finally lost his grip and become a Seath, he'll be nearly unstoppable. Light, pull back for now. We need to find out more.
I'm not done yet. Hope, start thinking up a new plan. One way or another, I'm getting into that palace.
But Light...
Seath or not, nothing's changed. I am gonna save him. Well, after I beat some sense into that annoyingly thick head of his, that is.
Okay, Lightning. We've got to give up on the service entrance. There is one other plan I had considered. It's pretty destructive and definitely dangerous.
Doesn't matter. What is it?
As you can see, the palace is surrounded by a formidable wall. All ways in and out have been locked down, and there's no tunneling under it either. It looks quiet, but trust me, that wall is too well guarded to try and sneak over.
Yeah, can we get to the point, Hope?
There's no path, so you have to make one. A show is about to start here in the Augur's Quarter. A show with one fantastic finale. At the climax of the show, a stage and an actor on it is propelled up to the top of the set by a little rocket power.
And you want me to climb onto the set and jump into the palace? I hate to break it to you, but that's a pretty big leap.
Not if you can topple the set and form a bridge. Then you can just simply walk across. It'd be easy.
I'm not sure that easy means what you think it does.
Fireworks are launched all around the theater at the finale. If you increase the number of fireworks, well, you could weaken the set enough to bring it down.
You were telling the truth about it being destructive, weren't you?
And you don't have much choice.
I guess I've just got to keep moving. Keep your eyes front. Right.
That's the spirit.
Hope. Does that mean you'll be watching the rear? You'll have my back.
Of course I will. That's what I'm here for. For this plan to work, you'll need help from the theater people.
That director, up there with his lofty ideas and stomping all over us left down here. He's a slave driver who doesn't know when to quit. He's right there at the top of the stairs looking down on all of us. I'd keep your distance. He's in a mood because he can't come up with the ending for his grand finale.
The cargo line has been severely damaged in an accident. Investigators are currently assessing the damage. Early indications are that the woman calling herself the Savior was involved.
You must be in charge around here.
And just who might you be?
Just someone who wants tonight's show to go down in history. Doubling or tripling the fireworks should do the trick. Enough to scare the patron out of his den.
Did you escape from some mental hospital?
I'm just an old friend of the patron's. He never shows his face, so I worry. He's not the type for flowers, so I thought I'd send him a good show instead.
3 times the fireworks? That would cause one hell of a stir.
Yeah, this city could use a good stirring. If not at the end of the world, then when? Not much point playing by the rules now.
I like your style, lady. And you're not wrong by any means. Half of Yusnaan's already sunk under that wretched cloud we call chaos.
Let me get the fireworks. I'll make sure we have more than enough. But it's gotta be today.
Hell, let's do it. But this conversation never happened, capiche? If you need help with the fireworks, the stagehands can help you out. I'll make a couple of revisions to the script. This'll be a show they'll never forget!
The cargo line has been severely damaged in an accident. Investigators are
If you want to know about fireworks, I guess you should talk to an expert.
That the woman calling
I
herself
suggest that you go and find the pyrotechnician's crew chief. You should be over by the statue. That's where they launched some of the
She has
fireworks.
rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon.
Beside the statue of
The cargo
God.
lines are been severely damaged
what's
in
up?
an accident.
Change of plans. We're upping the amount of fireworks in the finale. At least double, maybe triple the number.
And why is this the first I'm hearing of it? Let me guess. It's that blasted director's idea. Folks can call him a genius all they want. But that doesn't mean I'm a miracle worker. But I suppose complaining to you won't help the situation. You're one of his assistants, right? And you know what I'm talking about. You're probably feeling the brunt of his capricious behavior as much as I am.
Then help me. Can you add more fireworks to the show?
I want to say no, but even if it is impossible, I'll still have to do it. That's my job after all. All right, I'll do it. But I warn you, it'll be anything but half-assed. But you're gonna have to help me out. Not a gunpowder, so I can't make any more fireworks here. There are pyrotechnicians all over town who launch fireworks to mark the hour. You know that, right? Here, I'll write you a note. Show this to any pyrotechnicians you meet. I'll give you what they can spare, but you...
Investigators are currently assessing the damage. Early indications are that the woman calling
By the way, my pyrotechnician buddies aren't the only sources. Buy some, haggle for some, do whatever you need to do if it gets us the firepower we need. We just have to be sure that we have enough. Everything else will work itself
has been
out.
severely damaged in an accident. Investigators
you got the boss on your side. You're gonna need a lot of fireworks to bring down that set, though. Go and gather up all the firepower you can find.
Is it just my imagination, or are you looking...
Perhaps the chaos. Hurry, collect the fireworks. Once you've got all the fireworks you need, come back here and report to the boss.
Palace has been locked down and security has rose-colored distribution of supplies has been temporarily suspended. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description. The cargo line has been severely damaged in an accident. Investigators want money for your... Palace guards
You should start collecting the fireworks now.
calling yourself the savior.
You want to leave yourself extra... time in case of
enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security.
What are you doing? It's dangerous around.
The boss sent me. We're mixing up the plans for tonight's show, so I'm collecting fireworks for him. Here, these are his instructions.
She is armed and considered extremely dangerous.
Change of plans? It sure does look like the boss is writing. Fine, take them all. I'll just keep a few around to ignite right here. Those fiery blooms in the night sky are like smoke signals for us. That's how we let the boss know we're on the job, with a bang. See that? That means all good. You're going to need to get more fireworks from the others too, right? If that's the plan, you'd better be on your way. When the time comes, the fireworks are launched up into the sky. Each site sets off their fireworks at a different time, so you should think carefully about the order you want to visit each.
did it. Now you just need to keep on going at this pace.
Surprise me like that. I'm tense because it's almost time to set off the fireworks. Please don't sneak up on me.
Tonight's launch is canceled. The boss is having me gather up all the fireworks.
Is that right? Oh, thank God I'm saved. I may work as a pyrotechnician, but I just can't stand the actual setting off of the fireworks. I can barely hold the match. I shake so much. Here, just take them. I'll use what's left to signal the boss. Let him know I got the message. So, have you picked up the fireworks from the others? You better set out soon if you hadn't gotten around to them.
You still need more fireworks. We've gotta hurry.
I smell fireworks. Do you make them?
Me? No, I'm just a humble fireworks seller. No one knows me. Though if they do, they know me as Funicula, the lowly pauper who dreams of owning a fireworks store in the Glutton's Quarter.
Well, that was a lot more information than I needed to know. I am in the market for some fireworks, though. What can you give me?
Give you? Look, I'm trying to run a real business here, okay? I don't give anything away.
How much?
You're a firework fan, too? I like that in a lady. But alas, I'm out of stock.
All right, then I guess we're done here.
Whoa, hold your chocobo. It's not my fault. It's the monsters who have run me out of stock. They made off with my precious wares of scares, my fireworks.
I see. I guess I'll have to get him back then.
Oh, you do that, and I'll thank you 1,000 times.
Try a concentrated microcosm of culinary delight?
Guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report. Person matching the description to the nearest.
The next fireworks should be set off from Central Avenue. I hope you can make it in time.
Guards are conducting a search for the
Savior's got a job.
search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer. This is a broadcast from the Public Safety Office, Yusnaan.
The next fireworks should be set off from Central Avenue. I hope you can make it in time.
Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder.
It seems you can get your hands on the fireworks if you know the Chocobo Girl's code.
Ready to face the Angel of Death? My victory was part of the act.
Have you learned what they mean by their magic words?
Chocobo!
I don't have a choice, do I? Meow, meow, choco chow.
That was adorable! Here, this is for you.
You managed to get the fireworks light. It was quite the achievement.
What? Is something amusing you?
The next fireworks should be set off from Central Avenue. I hope you can make it in time.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon.
You must be one of the pyrotechnicians.
To report persons matching this description to the
Keep
nearest
looking.
security officer.
It was the boss who sent me.
Do I look like I care? Unless... Get me some booze in...
If I have to, just...
Huh? You really do that? Well, if you're willing to fetch booze for me, know that you have to be willing to fetch the best. You got that?
Bacchus's brew. It's a drink of legends. They say that one sip will whisk you away from this world and the sorrows that come to it.
Fine. I'll...
You do that, and get it done before the day is...
You're really gonna do... Giving you a drunk's demands?
I don't have time to...
You might be right. He didn't seem like the type to listen to reason, did he? Alright, let's go and find this Bacchus's brew.
Chocobo! It's time...
Meow, meow, choco chow.
Ooh, that was adorable. Here, this is for you.
I'm getting the feeling you're not as amused as I am by this whole thing.
That was by far the most embarrassing...
Let's find this Bacchus's brew.
Palace guards are conducting
That pyrotechnician seems pretty far gone. I doubt he'll set off his fireworks on time. Maybe you should just head to a different launch site.
Do you have Bacchus's brew?
One sip, and you're in heaven. The famed drink that makes you forget any unpleasant thing that has ever happened. If only we did this world...
You disgust me. My victory was part of the act.
Chocobo, it's time to tell!
Meow meow choco chow.
That was adorable! Here, this is for you!
Don't get me wrong, but, well, it was pretty funny to watch from here.
Hope you're more than welcome. Take my place down here anytime.
Where's the shop owner?
Try a concentrated microcosm.
Intruder calling herself the savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description.
Let's find this Bacchus's brew. That pyrotechnician seemed pretty far gone. I doubt he'll set off his fireworks on time.
Any Bacchus's brew in stock?
Oh, you must be richer than you look. None of our customers can afford that brew, so we don't keep it.
Is this stuff really even worth it?
Honestly, I couldn't say. I've never even seen a bottle in real life. I dare say none of us in this quarter ever have.
Maybe you should just head to a different launch site.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security.
Let's find this Bacchus's brew. That pyrotechnician seemed pretty far gone. I doubt he'll set off his fireworks on time. Maybe you should just head to a different launch site.
I'm not gonna make you give back what you stole. It belongs to you anyway. Did you notice?
Huh? What is it? A letter? And it's addressed to me? Oh yeah? Huh. It's from my old man. What am I supposed to do with this?
Why are you asking me? It's yours now. Throw it away for all I care.
Damn right I'll throw it away. And I don't need your permission either.
Listen, I'm not gonna pretend I understand. It must be hard for you. Losing your parents, then being trapped in a child's body for centuries and centuries all alone.
That's right. You can't understand. No one can.
Let me tell you something. I lost my parents, but it wasn't the same. I still had my sister. I wasn't left all on my own. I was luckier than you.
So, your parents are dead too?
Yeah, it happened a long time ago, but I remember being really angry. People pitied me, treated me like a helpless child. I couldn't stand it. So, I pushed people away and built walls around me. But I still had my sister. She understood me.
It's not fair. I didn't have anyone. I was left all alone.
I know. If it were me, I couldn't have done what you did. You're a lot stronger than I am. You've done an amazing thing, going through that and surviving all these years. You should be proud of yourself.
I should? I've never felt proud about anything. But when you put it like that, maybe I should be proud.
I'm looking for some Bacchus's brew.
You mean the brew that entices the spirit with even one sniff? I'm sorry, but we've never needed that here. Our charms and cheap booze are pretty much all it takes to keep the regulars happy.
Oh, are you one of the challengers? Since you're a new face to me,
That would be good.
Here, challengers may take on monsters in a fight to the death. Victory will win you great prizes. The battles will not be over quickly. It would be wise to clear your schedule before taking part in this competition.
I'm sure it won't take too long.
You're confident. If you can fight as strongly as you speak, the prize will be yours. But lose, and you will receive nothing. Instead, you will give your time and you will give your pride to the crowds, who will ridicule you with pleasure.
I appreciate your concern, but forgive me if I'm not too worried.
No one ever comes expecting to lose. You will find out soon enough. Are you ready? Are you going to enter? Then go and...
A worthy opponent. Thanks for waiting. Let's dance.
Lightning wins the fight! She's queen of the arena! The savior of the slaughterhouse! The goddess of death is celebrating tonight! What a fighter!
That was a fine performance indeed. I'd welcome a star like you any night.
She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report
Nice fighting out there, Light.
description.
And you got fireworks out of it as well. That's great.
Citizens are asked to report. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security.
I think you finally got enough fireworks. Take them back to the boss in Connor's Court.
The Savior. She has rose-colored We'd like to remind visitors that the amazing dancing chocobos are currently performing in the Augur's Quarter. Thank you.
That should be plenty of fireworks. Now we just need to make sure you're on the stage when it lifts into the air.
And when it goes off, I jump on for a free ride.
No, it'll be too late by then. You'll have to be on the stage already.
On stage? As what? A piece of scenery?
You'll just have to find a part to play in the finale.
What? No. I can't possibly.
It's not a question of can or can't.
Some things in life you just do. Right.
Exactly. Now, go and deliver the fireworks to the boss. We'll figure out the rest later. The fireworks boss is at the launch site near the Statue of God. First, you need to deliver the fireworks to him.
Conducting a search for the intruder.
After that, you can talk to the director about getting a part of the show.
Hair and is carrying an enormous weapon.
I brought the fireworks. Will this do?
I thank you for... What's this? This is way more than I asked for.
We want to make this a show people will never forget.
Is this another one of the director's wacky ideas? All right, I'm game. I've bowed to his whims this long, no reason to quit now. It's gonna be dangerous with all these fireworks going off at once. If you're really serious about doing this, it'll have to be done carefully. I'm not here to kill anyone, you know. Make sure that director of yours knows that.
I think the boss has guessed what you're up to. He knows his fireworks and what they can do.
But then why doesn't he try to stop me? I guess he thinks it's still all the director's idea. He seems to trust him.
We'll be okay as long...
Okay, it's all ready to go. The fireworks are in place.
Fantastic! We're going to light up the stage like never before. We'll give you exactly what you want. A show that no one is ever going to forget. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if we bring down the whole set in the finale.
I wonder if your actors know how flimsy your setup is. Don't you think they'd want to know about it?
And just what are you hinting at? You're not seriously threatening to blab to the cast and let them in on our secret, are you?
I'm just concerned for your star, that's all. I mean, what if she gets hit by the fireworks and thrown off the stage? You need someone who knows the risks and how to handle themselves.
Maybe. Who's going to replace her on such short notice?
You're looking at her.
Huh? You want to get on the stage? So, this was your plan all along. All these extra pyrotechnics, they're for your own grand debut. You've got chutzpah to spare, I'll give you that. If you aren't the perfect person to play the savior, I don't know who is. Hell, I'm thinking maybe we should put you up there.
Good. Then it's settled.
Wait. There's just one condition. If you're going to go on stage, you'll need a proper ensemble. No one's going to believe you're the savior dressed like that.
I'll just wear the costume the actor usually wears.
No, out of the question. It would never fit. And besides, the look is completely wrong for you. Look, I can't let you on my stage if you don't have an outfit to wear for the role. I'll leave it to you to find one. Now, go buy something that'll work. Or you can go with the other option. You could win it.
Win it? What do you mean?
The Slaughterhouse. Right now, the grand prize is an outfit that'll be perfect for your debut. It was made for you. Join the tournament and win that dress. Now that will be your real audition. You say you can handle yourself on stage no matter how dangerous? Then prove it. Win that tournament. Looks like you're ready for me. But I'm not ready for you. You'll wait here?
search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
Well, hello there. You clean up pretty nice. Are you ready to go? We're already prepping the stage. It's almost time for the big show. Break a leg.
One last thing. I'm gonna need all of your people to evacuate. There can't be anyone backstage. And the same goes for you. It's gonna be one hell of a bang.
Yeah, that's true. After all, you've put enough firepower in there to blow apart the theater, right?
So you noticed.
Listen, this is my theater we're talking about. Of course, I knew in an instant what would happen if we upped the fireworks like you wanted. Actors I could replace easily. But you were going to take out my audience as well. I can't let you do that.
So I've been wasting my time.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just think you went a little overboard. So, I made a few adjustments. That stage may not survive the night, but no one will get hurt.
You don't mind?
Look, I get bored spitless doing the same play over and over and over again. The people want something new. And lady, I'm counting on you to give them exactly what they want.
I can act when I have to.
Good to hear, because it's about time for your cue. How many decades has it been since I looked forward to a show this much? You're my star. Now get out there and act me a savior beyond anything I've ever imagined.
Well, I won't even need to act. If it's the savior you want, you've got her.
Here, I fished this out of the props department. Might come in handy on stage.
Chosen one, become my blade. Cast aside all that you are. Throw down your life for the sake of my new world.
To save the people of this world, I would give everything I am. Hear our prayers, God. Let your blessings rain down upon us.
Yea! You are the true savior. Lead my people and become a beacon of salvation.
In the name of Radiant God, I bear aloft this light and banish the darkness.
It is time, my servant. Let the flames of devotion consume you.
Yeah, I'll show you a real fire. Let's see how you burn!
Return to my side!
God. But if that God lies to me, then he dies.
I'm checking the situation now. It looks like the guards are so caught up in the confusion that the palace is wide open. It actually worked. To be honest, I had my doubts.
It's all thanks to that director helping us out. If we'd set up the explosion as you'd planned it, that play would have been a real tragedy.
Yes, I admit I might have miscalculated somewhat. But didn't you enjoy playing the leading role?
Next time you go on stage.
Not in that costume. Light, you need to head for the palace's top